Okay, last week I think we have finished this part. Like we built a currency market between Indian market between Indian currency, which is called rupee, and American's currency is called USD. And there are two things. Okay, two most things we learned from this box is number one, the exchange rate. Okay, just like a price is totally determined by the supply and demand curve. Okay, it's totally determined by the supply curve, demand curve. Okay, and later section in one some three, basically we will do more examples. You will see actually the exchange rate just like of a price of the a price of apple, price of a banana, also determined by the supply curve and the demand curve. Because this is the first thing we learned from this box. And another one is you need to understand, okay, one currency, one same currency market, you really have two different perspectives. You got 2 points of view, okay, to look at this currency market. You can imagine, okay, like just like what we did last week. On the left-hand side, you can imagine you are Indians. Okay, from the Indian perspective, how you understand, how you look at this currency market is the left-hand side graph. On the right-hand side graph is the Americans perspective. Okay, from the point of view of Americans, how you understand, how you look at this market. But once again, last week we mentioned so many times, this 2 weeks actually is this 2 market actually is the same thing. Okay, actually it's the same thing. And the last week I mentioned, what is okay, what do I mean by appreciation, depreciation? If your home currency is raising, the value of your home currency is raising against another currency. So the phenomena here is called appreciation. Okay, professionally speaking, those financial industry professionals sometimes they say, oh, our currency is getting stronger. Okay, stronger also means appreciation. Okay, but depreciation means, okay, the value of your home currency is lowering, is declining against another currency. It's getting more cheaper. It's got depreciation. Okay, so we quickly review. I guess last week we did maybe first 2 or 3. Did we finish all these boxes? No. Yes or no? No results. Okay, no results. So just a quickly review. Let's quickly review. Let's finish the first one. So first step, okay, let's build a basic framework for two currency. Once again, this two currency market actually is the same one. It just got different perspectives to understand, to look at this market. Okay, imagine the left-hand side one is called India. Okay, India market, and the right-hand side one is called USA. Okay, so here is called USA. Okay, and another XY plane representing America. So in the add labels, okay, if your home currency is the Indian rupee, we label the horizontal line by Q of rupee. Okay, label your home currency, your own currency on the horizontal axis. Okay, how you label the vertical one? So this one is called the price. So USD price, USD price of Okay, okay, and this is a supply curve, demand curve. Okay, so the equilibrium here, market equilibrium here, really can determine something called exchange rate. So here is called Q stop. Okay, this one, as now you mentioned your Americans, so your home currency is a kind of Q of the USD. Okay, this one is a kind of Ruby price. A rupee price of USD. Okay, so basically this is a market. Okay, for your Indian market and American market. So let's see what will happen. So due to whatever reason, we don't care about what actually the reason is. Okay, but the Americans' demand for goods and services made in India increases. So basically, Americans want to buy more things made in India. Okay, so what is the effects of what I so what is the effects on the Indian market, USA market? Like actually this one is easier. So as Americans, if you want to buy things, if you want to buy goods and services made by Indians, okay, maybe the first step, not maybe, the first step, you must convert your currency, your home currency, USD, into Indian rupee. And you next step, you can use their currency to buy goods and services made by another country. You must do this kind of conversion first. Okay, you convert to USD, you buy more Indian rupees. Okay, so you need to supply more. You need to supply more American dollars into this market. So we shift supply curve to right. Okay, exchange rate decreases, quantity increases. Okay, same event, the effects of the same event on the Indian market. So this time we shift, which one? Should be demand curve to the right. Okay, should be demand curve to the right. Okay, so E number one, E number two. Because now Americans demand more Indian rupees. Okay, because Americans now demand more Indian rupees. So we shift demand curve to the right. So Indian market ruby here is appreciating. So this one is depreciating. Okay, then we done. Okay, then we done the first one. So make sure you guys finish the first box. Okay, you want to import something, you want to buy something made by another country. Remember, first step, you need to do the conversion. Like tomorrow, we go to Seattle. Okay, we go to Seattle for shopping. So what you need to do today, you need to convert your currency like a CAD into USD. You need to buy some USD. You need to have some American dollars like a cash on your hand. Then tomorrow you can go to USA, right? You cannot like use the Canadian dollars to buy things in Seattle directly, right? You need to buy. You need to buy their currency, convert their currency first step as your first step. Okay, give you 10 more seconds. Okay, make sure you finish the first box of 7.3. Our first example. Okay, the second question. Okay, second question. I just still using my basic framework here. Okay, but second thing that happened here is a relative interest rate in USA increases. Okay, relative interest rate in USA increases. Okay, and I have a very, very important assumption here. So we must assume, okay, you guys are investors, okay. Interest rate for an investor is the return rate if you do some kind of investment. If you do some kind of a deposit, you deposit your money into USA's banking account, you can get higher interest rate. Okay. If you deposit your money, if you invest your money into USA's banking account, so US banking industry compared with the Indian banking industry can bring out more interest rate. You can make more money. So where you should put your money, where you should invest your money. So for sure is USA. So worldwide investors, including Indian investors, will deposit your money, their money, invest their money into USA's banking account. Okay, invest in USA American's stock market. But before the deposit, before the investment, once again, you need to buy their currency. Okay, you cannot use Indian rupee to directly buy American stocks. So what we have? So this time demand curve here increases, the supply here increases. Okay, so rupee will decrease, will depreciate. Okay, but on your right hand side, demand for American dollars will increase. Okay, demand for American dollars will increase. Okay, the first two graphs, okay, the first two cases are kind of relatively speaking is a simpler. It's a simple. Why? Because we only did something called a single shifting, right? Because on each market, you got your supply curve and the demand curve. Okay, but we only shift one of them. Okay, like the last case, we only shift the supply curve to right, demand curve to left, blah blah blah. Well, we only do single shifting, but sometimes we also can do double shifting. Okay, double shifting. What do you mean by double shifting? You can simultaneously, okay, due to a more complicated situation, you can simultaneously shift both your supply curve to demand curve and demand curve. Okay, so this one kind of is a more complicated. So what is an example here? So political stability in India decreases. Okay, so due to stability is decreasing, so a lot of India's first step, they want to leave from the country. Okay, maybe they want to like go to USA. So if people leave from the country, so supply curve to the right, shift the supply curve to the right. And no foreign investors still is willing to invest their money into Indian market. So demand for Indian's currency ruby also decreases. Okay, so I can shift both two curves simultaneously and a beam specific supply curve to the right, demand curve to the left. Okay, so the Indian ruby has been depreciated by really, really a lot. Okay, once again, same event. Okay, the effects of the same event. Okay, on the Americans market. So a lot of Indians, kind of foreigners come over here. So buy our home currency. So we shift the demand curve to the right. Okay, and the Americans, okay, no need to invest in India, travel to India. Okay, so USA is appreciating. Okay, so the right hand side is appreciating. The next one, number 4. Relative income in USA increases. So American workers can make more money. So if they can make more money, they basically will demand more things, import more things from Indian market. So demand, rupees demand increases, supply curve to the right. When you do the real examination, you don't need to worry about, oh, should I do a single shifting or double shifting? Okay, the real examination, the grader don't care about whether you do single shifting, double shifting. Okay, we only care about they only care about that like the final conclusion, kind of the final result. What do you mean final result? If you can get final conclusion regarding appreciation, depreciation rate, you get a full mark. Okay, regardless you do single direction, single shifting or double shifting, you should get a same coincidence, like the conclusion, right? If you can get once again final conclusion right, like you are saying, okay, Ruby is appreciating. If you can get this step right, you get full mark. Okay. If even though you only did a single shifting. This is number 4. Okay, so number five, inflation rate in India increases. So basically, goods and services are made by India, the prices is increasing. So how you respond as an Indian consumer? Okay, like a domestically produced goods and services is getting more expensive, more expensive. So how you respond? So maybe you want to buy more things made in USA, right? Because the price of a domestic produced things is getting more expensive. So we supply more our home currency to convert to foreign currency to buy more things made by Americans. So I guess Indian rupee now is depreciating. Okay, by contrast, okay, if you are Americans, this time we are Americans, so India buy our currency. So we shift the demand curve to their baht. Okay, so this is the answer for number five. Number six, okay, some people like what do they do? They work as a foreign currency trader. Like basically they want to make money from the foreign currency market, like a buy low, sell high. So they also can be called a speculator. What they do? Yeah, basically speaking, it's called a buy low, sell high. When the value of a foreign currency in terms of your home currency is very low, you just buy them. You just convert, yeah, your home currency to buy some to exchange for that foreign currency. Okay, because of the home currency price of a foreign currency now is very low. Okay, and you buy them. Okay, and you hold them, you buy them, you hold them, waiting sometimes. Okay, when the home currency when the price of another currency in terms of your home currency has been increased, so you can sell them. So buy low, sell high, you can make money from there. So this kind of people, this is called a speculator, also can be called a foreign currency trader. Okay, so what happened here? So assuming traders hold a lot of Indian rupees, and they are forecasting the value of Indian rupee will decrease sooner or later. Okay, speculators who hold rupees forecast rupee will depreciate. So as a speculator, as a trader, what you do? You want to sell them as soon as possible. Because your expectation, okay, the price of Indian rupee will decrease. So you no longer want to hold them. You want to sell them as soon as possible. Okay, before the price begin to decrease, you want to sell them as soon as possible. So actually your action, so your sale here actually can accelerate the price declines actually, right? So if you sell them, if all the traders, all the speculators sell off all Indian rupees, okay, the Indian rupees will, okay, actually we will speed up the decline here, so we'll depreciate. So all the traders buy more American dollars, we assuming they sell their rupees to buy American dollars. So American dollars will appreciate. So just shift the demand curve to right. Okay, no questions. Let's move on to 7.4. Yeah, 7.4 basically is the first step. The first part here, first trunk here is no longer be tested in re-examination. Yeah, you can skip basically number B here, like about drawbacks of a fixed exchange rate system. Because we no longer have fixed exchange rate system. We had a fixed exchange rate system. Okay, like before the ending of the Second World War, the exchange rate between any two currency in between any two currency between two any country was fixed. That is called fixed exchange system. But now we are doing, now we only do floating exchange rate system. Floating means a fluctuating, like it can be varied. Okay, exchange rate no longer is fixed but a variable. It can be increased, it can be decreased. We just finished a file 6 example to show you guys, oh, like the value of your currency can be appreciated, can be depreciated, so no longer fixed. Okay, so no longer fixed. Yeah, if you do the shifting, yeah, if you change your supply curve demand curve a little bit, the market equilibrium will change. So accordingly, okay, the exchange rate will also increase or decrease. So no longer fixed. Okay, so today what we're doing today is called a floating exchange rate, no longer fixed. Okay, so the last example here. So remember this, okay. Appreciated currency. Not necessarily is a good thing. Some of you may think, okay, if like imagine you are Canadians, okay. For example, you guys are Canadians. Okay, if a price of a Canadians, if a foreign value of a Canadian dollar is appreciating, who can be benefited from appreciated Canadian dollar? Those Canadians who live in foreign country. Okay, if you are for example, if you are Canadian, but you want to send your children, you want to send your kids to a U.S. university. So every month, what you do as a Canadian parents, because they send money, right? They send money to their kids attending U.S. college. Okay, so if a Canadian dollar is appreciating, Z can be very happy with this because every month you basically can get more American dollars. You see, they could be very happy with that. But an appreciated Canadian dollar will hurt Canadian exporting industry. We got a lot of people like in Alberta, they export crude oil and natural gas every day to USA. Okay, so you appreciated Canadian dollar will make oil natural gases made by Canada more expensive for Americans, so Americans will buy less. You see, appreciated Canadian dollar not necessarily is a good thing. Good for some kind of people, some group of the people, though, but also hard, also some another business, for example, exporting industry can be suffered from appreciated Canadian dollar. Okay, so appreciated, like your home currency is not necessarily a good thing, also is not necessarily is a bad thing. So what we want to do as a government, we want to stabilize the value of our currency. Okay, we don't want like the value of a home currency suddenly increases a really, really bad lot, and suddenly decreases a really, really bad lot. So instead of both these two cases, what we want to do actually is we want to stabilize the value of our currency for economic certainty. So let's have an example here, like how to stabilize. Sometimes as a central bank government, they can do some kind of intervention to stabilize the value of a currency. So this is a Canadian market. So this is a Q of CAD. So imagine this is a currency market between USA and Canada. USD price CAD. Okay, let's say imagine one situation in which, due to whatever the reason, for example, a lot of scientists they are forecasting that the winter in Canada is getting colder and colder. Okay, all the scientists, okay, they are forecasting the winter in Canada in the next 10 years, it will get colder and colder. So a lot of Americans, they want to leave from Canada. They want to move to maybe California. Okay, so a lot of Canadians, just imagine, okay, just an example, just imagine, want to leave from Canada. So a lot of Canadians sell their house, their car, all the things, okay, and convert all their Canadian dollars to USD. So we just shift the supply curve to the right a lot, by a lot. So you see Canadian dollars view decreases really, really a lot. Because we are moving from E number one to E number two. So as I mentioned, as a Canadian government, you don't want the value of our currency decreases really, really a lot. You want to stabilize our currency. So what I should do as a Canadian government? So how we can stabilize the value of our own currency? We don't want the Canadian dollar depreciate really, really, really a lot against USD. What we can do? Okay, so what we need to do here as a Canadian government, we use a USD dollar reserve. As a Canadian government, it is also important to hold a lot of foreign currency reserve. For example, a lot of foreign currency in USD. Okay, when Canadian dollar depreciates against USD, how we can stabilize? We use USD reserve to buy our own currency back. So we shift the demand curve to the right. Okay, we are purchasing our own currency using foreign currency. Okay, so we can move the market equilibrium from E number to E number 3. You see, so we can reverse the what happened here. Okay, we can increase the value of our currency. So we can stabilize the exchange rate between USD and CAD. Okay, so the last blank here, very, very important, okay? Your own government, sometimes it is as a Canadian central bank, we don't hold Canadian dollar reserves. It is also important to hold a lot of like a foreign currency. Okay, when our own currency depreciates in foreign market against renminbi, against USD, against Japanese yen, whatever the foreign currency is, then we can use the foreign currency, buy our own currency, okay, to maintain the value, to stable the value of our own currency. Okay, and it is a very, very important. Okay, in the future, if you guys take a more like intermediate level, like international economics, you will see actually stabilize the value of your currency in the foreign markets. Actually is super important. Yes, that's his everything. Yes. So now so when you go to the real paper test, in the past 20 years, you got a lot of practical questions about the foreign currency market. Yeah, maybe we can do some of them. Okay, so maybe the first one we can do 2015. Okay, 2015 questions, right? Now, totally is about a foreign currency market. It's relevant to today's lecture. Okay, that is a currency market between I guess Japan and European Union. Okay, give you guys 10 minutes. Let's do this one, question number 3. Okay, so when you guys are finished, you can maybe put the answer into the chat box so I can check the answer for you guys. Real interest rate in Japan will increase. That's right, but your explanation here is wrong. So what is the reason? What actually is the reason Japan's interest rate is increasing? Is it due to, okay, the key word here is a government budget deficit. So what is a government budget deficit? So actually the reason is not, isn't the supply of local funds will decrease. What do you mean by decrease? Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. This one real interest rate increase will increase because the government borrows. Because the government borrows money from a financial market, shifting demand curve actually. Okay, demand curve of normal bonds to right. So the interest rate will increase. Okay, because the government, what is the definition? By the definition, government borrowing government deficit means their spending, governmental spending is larger, even greater than their tax revenue. So basically, you spend more money than the money you make. So how that can be happen? This month, like you make $100, you made $100, but this week you spend $120. Okay, that means you borrowed $20 from somewhere. Okay, so government is borrowing money, so the interest will increase. Okay, B, the second question totally is right. Okay, because the interest rate is increasing, so all the producers, all the business borrowing less money. Okay, borrowing less money to do the investment. Okay, so the domestic investment will decrease. Okay, number B, you only need to build the graphic model for European countries, for European Union. Actually, the question here is easier than compared with lecture notes, right? In lecture notes, we do the graph for both countries. Okay, but most likely in the real when you do the re-examination, you only need to do the graph, the one graph for one country. Okay, so B, we do the graph first. From lecture notes, we learned we always put the home currency on the horizontal axis. So now you are European countries, so you put Q of the euro on the horizontal line. Or you label the vertical axis, so this one, yen price of and the supply curve and the demand curve. So supply of euros will increase because the European investors now they want to deposit their money into European financial market. Okay, because the interest rate in Japanese market is higher. Okay, so we shift the supply curve to the right. Or you need to do an explanation here. So because European investors want to invest their money into for higher return rate. Yeah, that is what investors do, right? We always are thinking higher interest rate as our return rate. So yen price of the euro now, as we graph it here, is decreasing because it's depreciating. Question number C, to reverse the change in yen price of the euro, identify part number 2. The result we got B number 2 is it's decreasing. Okay, it's decreasing. Euro is decreasing. So the keyword here is to reverse. Okay, as a European government, you don't want the value of the home currency decreases really by that a lot. So what can you do? Should the European Central Bank buy or sell euros in the foreign exchange market? So one simple answer here is that yes. So what do you mean by yes? You should answer like a buy or sell. Okay, so question number C, you should buy, right? You should buy your own currency. So basically, you shift the demand curve to the right, so you can reverse the change in the exchange rate market. You want to increase the value of your own currency. Okay, so you should buy your own currency. So the final answer here should be buy. But if you sell more, if you still continuously sell more your currency, then your currency will depreciate even furthermore. Okay, so finally should be buy. Okay, so this is a simple question tested in the year of 2015 questions. Any other questions? Any other questions? So make sure you label the vertical axis right. So how you represent exchange rate between two currency. Okay, so basically foreign currency price of. So this term we use here actually kind of is a fixed. Okay, so you put the foreign currency here, you put your home currency after off. You put a foreign currency before price to fill this blank by foreign currency label. Okay, you fill the second blank here, reference here by your home currency label. So because the home currency is euro and the foreign currency is called yen. Okay, so that is the reason why I label my vertical axis as a yen price of a euro. Okay, so if no questions, let's do next one. Okay, 2014 questions, right? So this time is the market between United States and South Korea. South Korea's currency label is called WON. Okay, it's called WON. Okay, let's give you guys a 10 more minutes. Does anyone want to share their answers? If you ever finish, just put your answers into the chat box. The zero current account balance. Zero current account balance means the United States now has a trade, has a balance trade. Like net exporting equals to zero. Like a total exporting value exactly equal to the importing value. So inflation rate in USA decreases. So subsequently, they will buy more, import more things made by USA because it's getting cheaper. So export to subsequent should be the first one is easy, should be increase. The question be based on the change. United States export part A sort of for use current account. So current account will be in surplus, right? Because the current account equals to exporting value minus importing value. Because for USA, their exporting is a decrease. Okay, so bigger exporting minus importing. Yeah, we will be moving to surplus. What will happen to real GDP in USA increases because of net exporting, because the GDP equals to consumption plus investment plus the governmental spending and net exporting. Right, so if net exporting increases, net exporting, the uppercase letter X here is one of the four components of a GDP. Right, so if easy, so if X increases here, the GDP will also increase. Okay, the last one, you need to do the graph again. But this one is for United States dollar, for US dollar. And one more time, we need to label the Q of once they can put your home currency label, the horizontal axis. So because you are USD, so your label's horizontal axis by quantity of USD. So this one is called one price of USD. Okay, because South Korea, they demand more things made by USA. So South Korea, South Korea, they need to convert their currency, buy more, demand more USD. So here we just shift the demand curve to right. Okay, so finally, for this one by E star, this one by Q star. Okay, so the exchange rate will increase, appreciating. Okay, so United States, USD will appreciate, and the quantity traded in market for sure will also increase. Any other questions? No questions. Next one, we do 2010, question 3. So once again, 10 more minutes. Okay, so what is happening right now? US firms use 10 million worth of goods to from in Argentina. Okay, so basically Argentina is importing things made by USA, importing. So Argentina's net exporting is a decrease. So because AD, so basically equals to GDP. Okay, and the GDP. Okay, so question number A. So GDP equals to consumption plus investment and the net exporting government spending and exporting minus importing. Okay, so now the Argentina is importing more things made by Americans, so importing is increasing. So totally GDP is decreasing. Okay, so the first one, so Argentina's AD, because the AD is for the domestic goods and services, so decreases because they are purchasing more things made by USA. Okay, so GDP decreases. AD is decreasing. So it is B, assume United States current account balance with Argentina initially is zero. How will the transaction about affect the US current account? Okay, so current account equals to exporting minus importing again. So the transaction from Americans' perspective really can increase the exporting. Okay, so the current account will move from zero to surplus. So increase. Okay, so the current account balance increase. Okay, so C, you think, well, basically you need to build another foreign currency market. Now for United States, for USD, once again, supply curve, demand curve. So Q of, once again, put your home currency on the horizontal axis. And this one is called the peso price of USD. Peso price of USD. The supply of US dollars. How the supply of USD dollars will change? Oh, question C actually is another question. Okay, that actually is another question. Kind of has no relationship with the transaction. So show how it decreases United States financial investment. Decrease in the United States financial investment in Argentina. Oh, basically, Americans no longer invest their money into Argentina as a financial market. So if as Americans, if we don't need to put our money, invest our money into Argentina as a financial market, we don't need to convert our home currency into foreign currency. So we shift the supply curve to left. So if we shift the supply curve to left, kind of a decrease. So the value of United States dollar relative peso appreciating because here is appreciating. Okay, so this is that is over C. So let's question D. Suppose that the inflation rate 3% in US 5%, Argentina. So Argentina's inflation rate is higher. What will happen to the value of the peso relative to the United States dollars? Absolutely not. Value of a peso. So now consumers, regardless of who you are, you can be American, you can be Argentina, but everybody want to buy more things made in US because Argentina's inflation is also very high. So goods and services made by Argentina increases really, really by a lot. Value of a peso. So value of a peso. Value of value of view decrease as consumers buy more goods made by USA. So so people in Argentina supply more their currency, supply more. We just say peso to more USD. So graphically shifting supply of to the right. Okay, making peso depreciate. Okay, so making peso depreciate. But the domestic inflation rate is so high, so the domestic price level is so high. So as Argentina, how you respond to that? So naturally, you want to buy more things made by US. Actually, it's cheaper. That's 3% lower than 5%. So relative speaking, yeah, goods made by Americans actually is more cheaper. So you want to buy more. So Argentina imports more things from the US. So they supply their currency, which is called the peso. So if we do the graph again, you just shift the supply curve of the peso to the right. So if you shift the supply curve to the right, the exchange rate of the peso will decrease. Any questions? So practice three writing is also questions about currency. Any questions so far? No questions? Okay, with no questions, currency market is the last part of the macroeconomics. Yeah, basically we finished our macroeconomics. So from this week, once again, just like macroeconomics, we begin to practice those multiple choice questions. So in the chat box, I just sent you guys some multiple choice question, like a practical question paper. So this week we do the first paper is 2018 to anyone in the. Okay, so if you can download this PDF, oh, yeah, if you open this PDF document, you can see you got 60 questions. Basically, this week to do a mock examination by yourself. Okay, we think totally, you see the time limitations 1 hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, basically 70 minutes. You need to finish all these 60 multiple choice questions. Okay, very important. Okay, this week we do this practical paper. Give yourself 70 minutes. Try to finish all the 60 questions. So next week we check answer together and I will explain all the questions you got wrong, one by one. Okay, and then the next week we do another one, next week we do another one. Another paper, I mean. So we can gradually increase, lower in so to help you guys to make more questions, to get more and more questions. Make sure you make sure you have the paper on your hand, okay, in the chat box. I guess you just click here, you can download this paper. Okay, so that's it. That's it for this week. If you have no questions, I'll see you guys next week. Make sure you finish, you do the homework, okay?